Welcome back to Fallout. We're solving a murder mystery involving robo-brains, a vault, and movie stars, I guess. Movie star robo-brains. Here's the corpse. We need to find the Overseer's office. That's what I was trying to do. But I don't know where it is yet. Perhaps through this door. Oh boy. Wow, an old garage? That's unexpected. Oh, this must be part of the regular hotel. And of course, there's nothing of interest. Let's see, can I do a shimmy jump? I can. Ah, hello. What's all this then?
You got a thing for antiques, huh? Who killed the lights?
What in the world? Hold up. Let's look at our map real quick. R. Okay, that doesn't help me in the slightest. So if I'm here, what room is... Hold on. So I'm looking at the wall, okay. What room is this? Let's see. That's the Overseer's office, apparently. Ah, the map doesn't scroll far enough. Alright, this doesn't help me. I mean, I could, like, no-clip through the wall, but I'm assuming I have to overhear a conversation right there. But I haven't triggered it yet. Which means... I'm expecting, like, there's 2 people responsible for the murders. And they're going to be like, that detective is snooping around. We need to deal with him. And then they'll attack me. At least that's what I would do if I was in charge of building this quest. But, you know, I'm not. Okay, Overseer's office. It was over here. I think it's upstairs. Alright, above. Should be right there. Yeah. Now how do I get there? Okay, I can go through security to get upstairs. Ah, here we go. Here we don't go. What in the world? Okay, here's Painter Dude. How do I get up there? There's a door over there. Got it. Oh look, it even says Overseer, and I unlocked it with the key. Just in case. Turn our light off too. What's that sound? Is that one of the robo-brains rolling around? I'm going to check the computer. I know it's the most likely point of interest. I'm just taking a gander about before we do. Here's the original Overseer turned into a corpse. Overseer's terminal. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Overseer instructions. Designed to test social interaction between the working class and ultra-wealthy when under confined conditions. Working in conjunction with staff at the Cliff Edge Hotel, this vault shall function as the luxury hotel to attract the necessary testing subjects. Upon beginning the test, additional subjects shall be admitted from the local population into a second, much inferior wing of the vault. Okay. No. Priority experience, Vault shall act, 118 shall action as an ultra elite hotel. Sorry, I was reading. I was deciding how much of this I wanted to read out loud. To attack the test subjects, people from Hollywood, basically. Upon activation notice, second wing of the vault shall be made open to the public and selected from local working class population. Subjects are to be taken through the exclusive area on entry and then confined in the cramped second wing. Test group A, ultra elite. This subject group, not to number more than 10, shall have their every desire attended to by robotic staff to the extent that is possible. They are considered to be above all legal restrictions when interacting with Group B. Group B is working class. Subject to group shall begin numbering 300 and shall be restricted to the second wing of the vault. Measures shall be taken to ensure that living conditions are uncomfortable and cramped. Food and other rations are to be extremely limited, and any breach of rules are to be judged by Test Group A and acted by robotic staff members. Staff duties. Due to the potential of extreme social interaction, Vault-Tec staff shall be restricted to the overseer and key research members. All other security will be robots. Change of test. This is completely unheard of. One of the subjects from Test Group A is apparently a researcher for General Atomics on some sort of advanced robotics program. He and his wife have convinced the other members of Group A that with the international situation becoming tense once again, the best chance to outlast the war is to have their brains inserted into these robots. And they're doing this voluntarily. It's absolutely insane. I've tried to convince my superiors that this will completely discount the test results, but they seem more intrigued by the idea than appalled. Of course. We received the activation notice from Vault-Tec to begin the test, despite the second wing still being incomplete. However, when I attempted to trigger the recruitment protocol for Test Group B, working class people, the system informed me that I had been locked out. Someone from Test Group A seems to have overridden the system to prevent the admittance of the local population of the island. They've been pounding on the door for days, and there's nothing I can do. Oh God, it's been weeks now, and I realized today that I've become the test subject. Instead of testing the social interaction between the locals and this group of rich assholes, it's just me trapped in here with them. They're going to live forever, and I have to deal with them for the rest of my life. I can't take it.
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely stalled. Once the premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker, and Vault-Tec won't pay out of pocket to continue construction. I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances, but he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
Okay, so
Sounds like Ezra was embezzling from his investors.
he stopped the poor class people from being allowed in. I'm assuming she just found out about it, Juliana, who I don't even think I've talked to yet. Because I have no goddamn idea where she's at. That might be her right there. Over here? Did I talk to her? Is that Santiago? Oh, she's in here? Yeah. She's the crazy old one that was talking about a cat.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
I heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
I found some evidence that Ezra was embezzling from you and the other investors.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Okay. Who was the other guy that was in here? When we walked in for the last episode. That's Santiago. Oh man, this is a bit fucking much. Let's see. I want more scrolling on my goddamn map, damn it. Gotta walk to the other side to get a look at where people are. And it's still not fucking helping me. Okay, what do we know? The experiment was more or less canceled because the guy in charge of it... Why does it still say investigate? Oh, I guess I didn't ask her opinion on the murder. The dead guy, who was the owner of the hotel, basically stopped the working class citizens of the island from getting into their area of the vault.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
She sounds so cocky about it. So, what was I saying? He stopped him from being the poor people getting, so it was just the rich that made it into the vault. One of the people in the vault was a scientist who convinced them to become robo-brains. Ezra, who I believe is the dead guy, and the other male actor with an ascot or whatever the thing is called, kind of like that right there. No, that's a regular tie. They were gay lovers, I guess. Science man doesn't know anything. Man, this is actually kind of confusing. This guy. Keith.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
I found a love letter to Ezra in your room. Know anything about it?
I should have never written it. I just couldn't take it any longer.
Tell me about you and Ezra.
Oh, God, I don't know. When we first met him, he was just so mysterious and exciting. It seemed like he had been everywhere and done everything. I convinced Gilda that we should invest in the hotel so I could stay close to him. But he never seemed to realize how I felt. I mean, we spent time together. Going hunting, having drinks, talking about his plans for the hotel. He must have known, but he never said anything. Do you have any idea what it's like to pine for someone for 200 years, Detective?
Tell me about yourself.
We went over this before, Detective. There's no motive.
Maybe you could give me a reason it couldn't be you.
I would never harm Ezra, Detective. I was in love with him.
Maybe later.
Okay. Just let me know how I am.
Okay, so Keith and Ezra being the dead guy, were not having an affair. Keith just was in love with him. Gilda, the female movie actress who's down at the beach, was quote unquote okay with it. She was having an affair with Santiago, the painter. This is fucking complicated. Where's the talk Santiago again?
My fellow connoisseur of the art, here to see my latest work.
I can't accuse him. I was hoping I could,
Did you have any...
The person you should be she and Ezra.
Right. Maybe later.
Good.
Is there anything in here? Who did he say borrowed the red paint? Was it Juliana? I actually don't remember. Let's go talk to Gilda again. There she is.
Hey there, Tiger.
Is there anything in the water? It's not even deep enough to swim in. Okay, so no clues in there.
Hey there, Tiger. Here for more stories about my acting career or something else?
Tell me something.
Sure, darling.
Did you have any...
Well, it is a bit strange how obsessed Santiago has been with the murder. I mean, he's always been a bit obsessive, though. He did a whole series of paintings of me, hundreds, said I was his muse. It was flattering for a while, but the man is a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject. Simply put, darling, I'm the greatest actress in the world. When this international scuffle blows over, I shall return to the silver screen and lead the world to a new golden age of cinema. Did you need something else?
Yeah.
Maybe later.
I'll be around, languishing from your inattention.
The only other option is to take her on a date and hope something happens. So how many robots are there? Gilda, Santiago, Maxwell the scientist, who I believe is the one that convinced them to become RoboBrains, Keith, Juliana the crazy lady, the cat lady, who was a financier and he was embezzling money from her. I can't show her the tape. This is so weird. I'm gonna talk to Maxwell again before we end for the... Oh, Bert. Who's Maxwell then?
Have you noticed Juliana acting strangely lately?
Oh, well, I'm probably just being paranoid, but she's been so much more pleasant lately. I mean, it's been nice, but also a bit unnerving. Most people don't really understand us, but I always appreciated how she can just take charge of a situation. It's what allowed me to focus on my research. I'm worried something has happened to her. She doesn't seem like the same person. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
What do you mean Juliana's not the same person?
My wife has always been a very harsh woman, Detective. I don't know who it is in our rooms, but that is not my wife, Detective. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Please, just go.
Okay. So is it possible his wife Juliana was murdered? And that's not actually Juliana, it's Ezra who took her place. Though how would he imitate her? I guess it's a computer. You can imitate speech patterns. Now I just need to find some kind of proof.
A lot of people out here could use a hand.
Yeah, we're solving a mystery. Alright, just hold off, Nick. Nothing in the desk. Nothing in here.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about...
Yeah, I might. I'm trying to find some kind of proof in your room, but there doesn't seem to be any. A lot of cat pictures. I noticed she's buying from Santiago. Right? There's two. I think she has a cat. But what's the connection even to that?
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Maybe later.
Catching the murderer, Detective.
Still says investigate Santiago as well. Which makes me feel like I missed a clue. You know? Maybe him and Juliana were in it together? You know? This is actually an interesting quest. This is probably one of the first interesting side missions, stories, whatever you want to call it, in a long time that's like really got me puzzled. Because they're robo-brains. It's not like you kill like flesh and blood and there's like proof that the dead person is the dead person. Because they're robo-brains, it's possible that, you know, like I said, maybe they killed the real Juliana and it took his place. What is that? Why is that like that? That's weird. I don't expect to find anything up here, but I'm looking again. I don't know. We'll have to... I was hoping to solve it in this episode, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We will have to continue in the next episode. Maybe there's something I didn't look at. Classroom. Is there anything in here? You hiding anything? Chemistry, that doesn't help.
Hello, Detective. Did you need...
No, I'm just looking. So I found the letter. I am out of ideas at the moment.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
I don't think it's Keith. My choices are Juliana and Gilda. But I'm still unsure of that. Alright, we'll figure it out next time, hopefully. It's taking a bit longer than I was hoping, but it's interesting. At least I find it so.